Hi, Jonathan.
Hi, Dad. This is my father. This is for the Family History Project, and today is September 7th, 2014. Okay. How many ethnic groups does your family represent?
Well, on your mom's side of the family is predominantly German. And on my side of the family, it's predominantly Austrian with some Italian and some Czech.
When did your ancestors immigrate to America, and what country did they come from?
We are first generation American. On your mom's side, her parents came here in the 1960s and came to Chicago. And on my side of the family, my parents came here in the 1950s and also settled in Chicago.
Did the first generation of your family suffer from any hardships or prejudice when they arrived in America?
No, they both came here for similar reasons. They both basically came because there were better opportunities in the United States economically. It was very hard after the Second World War to get jobs and to advance, but there were many opportunities in this country.
Are there any famous or infamous people in your family tree?
No, there aren't, but there are some encounters that some family members had with famous people. That I know that you may have a question about that later. I can talk about that.
Does your family predate the Civil War in America?
No.
What has been the average size family throughout our family history?
2 to 3 to 4 children. That's it.
When and why did your family move into the St. Louis area?
We came here in the year 2001. We moved from Atlanta for a job, and I work for a laboratory now.
Are there any folk tales about your family members or traditions that have been passed down through generations?
Not really. I do remember hearing that on my father's side there may have been some relatives who were barrel makers way back in the 1800s.
Yeah. Who exactly started our family?
That's not clear. If you look at my family side, we can go back into the 1850s, maybe 1860s. My wife's side of the family can actually trace the name back to the 1500s. But we don't know exactly where it all started, what house they had, any of that information.
What does your family crest look like?
We actually do have a family crest on my wife's side of the family. And her maiden name is Mork. And there is a lineage that goes back to Germany. And this is the family crest here. And it's dated to the 1540. That goes way back, and this is the family crest here. And it does say that name originated in Bavaria, in southern Germany.
Has there been any service?
There hasn't been direct military service, but it's interesting on both sides of the family. My wife's mother, after World War II, worked for the occupied American forces in Munich as a helper, clerical worker, translator. And also my father happened to work for the British after World War II. He was a teenager and he worked in Austria as a teenager after the war. So in a way it is kind of service work, but they didn't serve actively in the military.
And what does our name mean?
The name Gross, the last name is Grossel, Grossl. The name Gross in German means big. And when you put an L at the end of a name in Austria, it's very common. You'll see a lot of Austrian names with an L at the end. And it actually is what we call diminutive form of a word. So it actually means big little. So it's just one of those Austrian names.
Okay. Thank you for interviewing.
My pleasure, and if we have more questions, we can have another interview. Thank you. Back here.
I think that was